All right, we are starting out tying a super simple, super effective winter/summer steelhead swing fly. Starting off 50D on the OPST shank. We are gonna come on back to about, I don't know, 3/4 of the shank length, and then back up to the front. I'm gonna put lead eyes on this fly. I'm using the aqua flies, orange, intruder eyes. They're pretty slick. Back, gonna put those right at the very, very front of the shank. And there we go. All right. Just a reminder with these steelhead flies, if you've got an up eye on your shank, you want to put those dumbbell eyes on the opposite side. That way when it rides in the water, it's going to ride nice and even and stay upright. Come around the eyes a couple times, lock them down. All right, those should be, yeah, good and solid. Up next, we are going to put on some intruder wire. I found that the best way to measure this out is just to go down one side of the shank, starting right behind the eyes, all the way down, and stop where that thread ends. And we're gonna make our little loop of wire in the back there. I like to leave a little bit more room than we might need. Do a little less than that. There we go. And then we're gonna wrap it down the opposite side of the shank, which you cannot see because it's on my side. But I am going to take that wire and cut it right to the right length there. All right, and then once that intruder wire is placed on the shank, I really like to come through with some really, really tight wraps. Make sure we bite into that coating a little bit. That way it'll never come undone. Up, back, right back down. All right, for the body, putting on hairline, flat braid, mini fly flat braid in black. Throw that down. This fly has a really slim body, but it's going to be important for you to make the body nice and long because that's what's going to keep it from fouling up on our rabbit here in just a little bit. So this is really just a space filler. You can make this any color you want. You can do a hot spot if you want to. You don't have to. Just trying to make this one nice and fast and easy to tie. All right, we're gonna go just shy of those lead eyes. Throw a couple wraps around. Flip that out. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this shank here so we're working with it upright. Make sure that everything is nice and lined up. Get it in the vise correctly. There we go. All right. Nice, easy little black body. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our strip of rabbit. We're using bright purple from Hairline on this one. We're gonna do something funny here. We're actually gonna tie it sticking out the front of the fly. So this might get in your way here for these next couple of steps, but it does make it look much better for the finished product, I promise. Come right up to there. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, little dubbing loop. You can also just noodle on the dubbing. You don't have to make a loop for this step here. And we're going to throw in a little bit of purple ice dub. On that to foot. I like to line up those fibers when I'm putting them in the dubbing loop. That way, when we comb them out, they'll actually stick out a little bit. It won't just be one big matted ball. There we go. We're gonna wrap this just as is, and then we'll pick it out here in a second. Up and around. And we do kind of want it to be big and clumpy, because what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna finish in front of it. And this is gonna be what keeps that rabbit nice and propped up. So here what you'll notice is that we've got big old dubbing ball making that rabbit stand up nice and tall. We've got these really annoying pieces of rabbit right here. Since we're gonna cover this in other materials, I like to just take these, trim them out, because we're not gonna see them anyhow. Alrighty, up next, oh there it is. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this dubbing ball and pick it apart, tease it out a little bit. Make it add a little bit of flash to the fly. Try not to knock our fly out of the vise there. Perfect. Alrighty. Up next, black marabou. All we're gonna do is preen those fibers back, break off the tip there, tie it in by the tip. And then we're just gonna wrap this forward. I don't know, I'm shooting for 3, maybe 4 turns. I've got too much marabou on this stem for what I want to do, so I will pull some of it off. Right about there, it looks about right. Perfect. Get all that extra out of the way. Wrap that down. I'm going to tie it off. All right. Rabbit, marabou, you could fish this fly just the way it is right now, catch plenty of fish, but we're gonna add some things to it. Up next, we have some holographic black flashabou. We tie this in at about the halfway point of the flash. It folds over itself, and we're just gonna pull that straight up over the back of the rabbit as a wing. There it is. Get that all the way down, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Where'd that last feather go? There it is. All right, finished feather. Just a piece of schlopping. We're just looking for a couple of turns here. Not too much. This is really just to fill the space at the end of your fly. Throw these in until you get up level with those lead eyes. Now this is also a very, very versatile fly. I fish it weightless for summers. I'll fish it on a single hook for salmon. I'll fish it in olive and black and brown for trout. It's really just a really good profile, easy enough to cast, nice and durable. Lots of wiggle with that rabbit and the marabou. Tie down that schlopping one more time. There you go. And the biggest trick to making this fly bearable to fish is that we don't want this much rabbit hanging off the back, right? If our hook's gonna be hanging right here, what we wanna do is make sure that we cut our rabbit right above that hook so that it can't wrap around it. So what I'm gonna do here is just gonna estimate where my hook's gonna be, throw a little cut out of that leather, and then match that flash up with it. Alrighty. That is that. And the one tool I did not grab is my whip finisher. There. It's always got to be one thing that we forget. Throw a quick little whip finish on there. Handful of turns on that first one. One more. There you have it. Easy to tie, easy to cast, good fishing swing fly. It's a good one. If you're just getting started tying, swing bugs or steelhead, this is a great one to start with.